Colin Cowherd continues with his dumb, stupid, irrational Saints take, and his latest one isn't even based in reality. Thomas, hit that intro.
Welcome to the award-winning Saints Happy Hour podcast. Seriously, this podcast has won awards. American standards are dropping every day. The show features Ralph, the best host in the world, who can barely pronounce his own name, much less anyone else's.
Marcus Marquez Callaway.
Dave is that dude who loves taking bathroom breaks. He's mad about almost anything, so make sure to lower your volume when he speaks.
Put that freaking clown meme back up that I made. Jesus Christ.
Andrew has sources, watches tapes, and knows football. He rarely shows up on time and wants to commit crimes to help the Saints win.
Sean Payton would have done illegal things. Don't tell me I'm wrong, because you know it's true.
Oh, and there's also Kevin, who is great at doing mock drafts, but struggles to actually watch Saints games or have a functioning relationship.
Budrich wants to know how the doctor's doing.
That ended.
Anyway, grab a drink, sit back, and enjoy the insanity.
All right, everybody, welcome to another edition of Saints Happy Hour podcast. I got Thomas running the show back in Poland. I got Kevin with me. But before we start, remember to hit the subscribe button if you're watching us on YouTube. And if you're listening to the audio-only version, go to patreon.com/Saints Happy Hour, become a patron, get all our content. We got new and exciting content that's for patrons only. And we need your support to keep doing this. And we appreciate everybody who supports the show. All right, today, Kevin, we're going to do something. We probably do this annually, but we're doing it again. Colin Cowherd said something stupid about the Saints.
Oh,
and
well, yeah.
Thomas, play the Colin Cowherd soundbite.
My 5 bold predictions. I can make easy ones. Josh Allen's going to be good. Andy Reid will make the playoffs. No, I don't choose that. I'm not looking to be perfect. I'm going to take some bold predictions. Are you ready to go here? The first one's kind of negative. I think Dennis Allen, Saints, is the first coach to be let go. They've missed the playoffs back-to-back years. The NFC South, Atlanta and Carolina are undoubtedly better teams. No question, the Falcons and the Panthers are much better teams. 4 of the first 6 games for Dennis Allen are against playoff teams from last year. I don't see the juice offensively. I think Dennis is the first coach to be let go.
All right, Kevin. There's so much here. Colin Cowherd, he said he didn't want to do easy predictions. He just wanted to do stupid predictions.
Right.
There's so much here to deal with.
Yeah.
The first thing is, I can accept if you're like Atlanta's a lot better than the Saints. I don't agree, but I'm not going to die on that hill because they had upgraded at quarterback and they got Judon and they got Justin Simmons. And that might make their defense not atrocious. And their offense has some weapons. I disagree with their offensive line being really good. And they had really good injury luck last year on the offensive line. I think that's going to regress. I don't think they're going to be as good as people think. But if you want to believe that about Atlanta, fine. But Kevin, Carolina clearly better than the Saints?
Yeah.
On what planet? On what planet is that true?
Smoking rocks. I don't know if I'm allowed to say that, but whatever. I mean, shoot, you can have that as a soundbite, just smoking, just me saying
Bryce
that.
Young had the worst rookie quarterback season of the last 35 rookie quarterbacks in the history of the NFL. Like, he was historically terrible. And here's the thing. The list of people, of quarterbacks that have been as bad as Bryce Young has been and bounced back, the list is like Jared Goff, Matt Stafford, and that's about it. Like, history says as bad as Bryce Young was as a rookie, you don't bounce back from that, okay? And Carolina, their defense gave up 25 points a game. Like, are they that much better on defense? I don't think so. Is their offensive line better? Yes. Is their receivers better? I don't know. Adam Thielen's 1,000 years old. They drafted a kid, a rookie in the end of the first. Leggett. I mean, okay, but I just look at Carolina. I'm like, I don't think they're clearly better than the Saints. I think they might be in the same vicinity as the Saints, maybe, but I don't think they're clearly better than the Saints at all.
Listen, if the Saints are 6-11, the Panthers are 5-12. If the Saints are 4-13, the Panthers are 3-14.
Yeah.
Okay? I cannot see the Carolina Panthers being better than the Saints. I just cannot. I cannot fathom it. If you want to sit here and say, if you want to sit here and say the NFC South is not as wide open as it used to be, I'll disagree with you, but whatever. If you want to say that Atlanta's probably a touch better, again, like you, not going to die on that hill. If you want to say I like the Bucks, okay. So, sure.
Mm-hmm.
But Carolina, not seeing it. Like, that's a dumb way of going about trying to make your point.
But here's the thing that I think makes this take incredibly stupid is the Saints, by the way, have not fired a coach in season since 1980. And that coach was 0-12, and that team had disastrous injuries and a cocaine problem. So it just had a lot going wrong. Bum Phillips, he resigned at the end of the 1985 season and let his son Wade Phillips coach the team. And he kind of hoped, hey, if Wade can have a good last month, maybe the Saints will keep him as coach. And I'm retiring. I'm going off to my ranch. So the Saints do not have a history of making changes in the last 45 years as coach during the year. And Kevin, say whatever you want about the Saints and Mickey Loomis. Like, Mickey Loomis has said repeatedly, he believes in continuity. He believes in stability. The Saints are proud that they are one of the most stable franchises the last 25 years or whatever. And you can argue that's dumb. Stability isn't always good. You shouldn't just do it for stability's sake. And maybe if they start out terrible, maybe they should fire DA. But I'm telling you, Kevin, I don't think they're firing DA unless he's winless going into December. Like, I just think they'll ride it out and wait until they'll fire him into the Mississippi River after the year. But I don't think a dreadful start does him in.
You know what? Well, I was about to say if they're 0-6 after Tampa, but the problem is Week 7 is a Thursday night game, so they would have a short turnaround. So would you go in?
Lose if they're 0-8?
So would you go in? So would you fire DAF? Listen, I think if they go 0-6, anything I could see Dennis Allen getting fired going 0-6. At that point, do you hang on to him, wait for the Saints to lose to Sean Payton and the Broncos, and then fire him? Because then you've got a couple more days for your new coach to get to do whatever.
Switch offices, such and such.
Or do you put the new coach in that Monday and just go in knowing, okay, I mean, presumably it would be the offense, it would be Kubiak. So do you just say, we're going to see what'll happen from here on out and then make sure that guy gets, I don't know.
But here's the thing.
But I think if they go 0-6 to start the year,
anything is possible.
I would absolutely.
But I think anything short of that, he's not getting fired in season. Like if he's 1-5, they're not firing him. If he's 2-4 after Denver or 2-5 after Denver, they're not firing him. Because the Saints, he would
be 2-5 after Denver.
He'd look at 2-5, he'd be dead man walking. And listen, we can argue at that point: do we root for the Saints to just tank and lose a bunch of games,
Well,
hit the
we know
reset
you're
button.
not going to do that. We know you're not going to do that. You are the king.
That's right. I won't.
Until they are mathematically eliminated, I will root for them to win.
Well, no, if they were 0-7, they're not mathematically eliminated, but they eliminated, baby. So I might start rooting for tanking then. But to my point, like Colin Cowherd, like all he had to do was just like 5 seconds of research, and he would realize that like Dennis Allen to be the first coach fired, short
No way.
of
He's not.
winless, short of being winless, short of being something criminally happening where like HR gets involved. They're not firing. Like they're just not. They're not going to do that. I would say, Kevin.
Look at the two guys in New York. You got Robert Saleh. You got Brian Dable.
100%.
Either one of those guys. You got Matt Eberflus. You have a bright, shiny new quarterback.
That's right.
If the Bears start off 0-4 or like 1-3, and the quarterback looks okay, Eberflus may very well be told to hit the bricks. I personally don't see the Eagles firing Nick Sirianni. I don't see Mike McCarthy being given the heat.
I disagree on the Cowboys because I could see the Cowboys starting out slow and Jerry Jones getting antsy and then being like, I can fire him. I only have to pay. He's on the last year of his deal. You know, I could see a bad Dallas loss in a primetime game early on. I could see that being the end of Mike McCarthy. But I'll agree with you. I think the two New York coaches, I think McCarthy, I think Antonio Pierce, even though the Raiders just hired him, I think it's the Raiders, man. What's going to stop them from firing him?
I don't think Weird Haircut Boy is as goofy as his dad.
Yeah.
Like his dad, I could see firing a guy, but
I mean, they fired Josh McDaniels a year and a half in.
Well, Josh McDaniels just proved he wasn't it. That wasn't.
That's right.
Like he got a full year to be the guy, and then it was
right.
like, all right, he ain't it.
Yeah.
Like there's people theorizing that Mike Tomlin could be. I don't see Mike Tomlin getting fired during the season. One, they just signed him to an extension, but two, there's no way that the Steelers ownership is firing a coach during the season. I just don't see it.
Yeah.
I do not. They would let Mike Tomlin shit the bed. They would let the team shit the bed all year, look embarrassing, and then they would fire him. So Tomlin is not getting fired during the season. Like I'm trying to find the guys that would in fact get.
Well, you always have that surprise firing, which is fair. I mean, nobody thought Frank Reich was going to get the heave ho from Carolina in year one. And I'm trying to think
who surprise. Let me see. Who would be a surprise? I guess if the Bills started off bad.
Ooh, that's a good one.
The Bills have been really good under Sean McDermott.
Yeah,
this could just be a case of we think we've hit our ceiling with you as the head coach. We need to give somebody else a shot. So if the Bills start off in a slump, I could see it. Doug Peterson feels weird.
Yeah, but he's kind of. I mean, the thing is with Jacksonville to remember. Is. Yes, it's only year 3 with him, and he's gone 9-8, but they collapsed at the end of last year. So if the collapse at the end of last year continues into the beginning of 2024, you could have the owner say, listen, you folded up at the end of last year. You're 1-5 this year. That means you're like 2-8 be 2-8 in your last 10. That's fireable. Goodbye. I just think there's so many more options than DA. And you add in the Saints' history of they just don't have a quick trigger. They just do not operate that way. I just think this is incredibly dumb by Cowherd.
I'm going to walk back. I'm going to walk one of my things I just said back. I forgot the Eagles went 1-6 to end the season last year.
That's right.
So if the Eagles start off 1-3, And look, that would include the Saints. Like if they lost, like they got the Packers, the Falcons, the Saints, and the Bucks. 2 road games. Packers at home, Falcons at home. If they go 2-2, and those 2 wins don't look uninspiring. Yeah. Maybe they jettison old boy right then and there. I just think saying Dennis Allen is. I think saying DA is the first guy to get fired. Stretch. Bad beat. Like that's just saying shit for saying shit, which is look, that's Colin Cowherd's MO. It's a day that ends in Y. He just says shit to say shit. Yeah. And doesn't care how smart or stupid he sounds.
And the thing is, like, it's an easy play because the national media has coalesced around this. The Saints are going to be terrible. The Saints are going to be a bottom 5 team because the national media, I think, and I hope, has confused boring with bad. The Saints are boring as hell. We all agree on that. But that doesn't make them bad, right? So,
doesn't automatically make them bad.
It doesn't automatically make them bad, right? My dream scenario, Kevin, because I like to be positive, because it's August. My dream scenario, Saints start 3-0. And Dennis Allen, he goes from, he's not the first coach to be fired. He's the goddamn Grim Reaper. Saints go into Dallas, embarrass the Cowboys. Mike McCarthy the next day, fired. They play the Eagles at home, embarrass the Eagles the next day. Nick Sirianni, gone. Saints are 3-0. We're giggling, we're laughing, having a grand old time as DA is just getting coaches fired left and right. That's my dream scenario. I know it's not possible. I know it's not likely. I know it feels impossible.
Brother, you'd have to bet. You could bet maybe 1 unit and get several $1,000s in return.
I don't know, but I have to look at my. I should have done that, Thomas. We should have.
It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. We've got till next week.
Dennis Allen is the favorite, though. So I want to knock Colin Cowherd, but he's the betting favorite. He's
how much
7.
of that is driven? That's driven by the talking head saying.
That's right.
Like I would bet the New York guys.
Yeah, bro.
Honestly, Allen, you might get better. Yeah, sorry. Read the top 5. Whatever site.
Dennis Allen plus 7. Dennis Allen plus 700. So that's 7-1. Nick Sirianni plus 800. That's 8-1. Brian Daboll 9-1. Antonio Pierce 10-1. I would say this. I think if you told me I had to put a real and he's not listed here, I would put money on Robert Saleh for the Jets because I think he's not listed.
Absolutely.
That's absolutely bananas. But that dude has gone 7-10, 7-10, 7-10. I'm telling you, and their offensive coordinator is not great. And I'm just telling you, like Aaron Rodgers, he can go into the owner's office on a Monday and get them fired. I just look at the Jets. They play the 49ers, the Titans, the Patriots, the Broncos. I could see a scenario where they're 1-3 and their owner's like, we lost to the Patriots, who are dog crap. We lost to the Titans, we lost to the 49ers, who are good, but we just lost to the Broncos, who are supposed to be dog crap. And Bo Nix, a rookie quarterback, just torched our defense. I'm firing you. We're 1-3. We're done with you. Like that's my pick. I would bet Saleh. I would bet Daboll. I would bet on them much more than DA. All right, Kevin, I gotta get out of here.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Or
no,
you don't have
I'm waving you.
Are you waving? You're waving now. Thanks for finding us on YouTube or wherever you find your podcast. Go to patreon.com/Saints Happy Hour. Become a patron. Support the show. Nobody's doing Saints coverage like we do it. We do it in a unique, fun way. But we need your guys' support to keep on doing it. We got Thomas running the show back in Poland. Thanks for joining us. Until next time, the bar is closed.